Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and today we have quite the spicy comparison for y'all. On the left, we have the Beast Series Land Cruiser. This one is the Ute, and on the right, we have John Hot Rod's console-friendly Bronco Raptor. Now, both of these rigs are on 42-inch tires. Both of them are heavily built. Both of them are running modified 6-speed transmissions, and we have the entirety of the Top Truck Challenge map at our disposal today, and I cannot wait to see what these things can do. But first, let's fire this one up and head out off to the mud pit. I almost said at and off at the same time, and it didn't work. I don't know why I try to say multiple words at the same time sometimes. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all can relate to that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just losing my mind. Who knows? But then again, I lost my mind years ago. Like many years ago. So, don't worry about it. All right. So I want to take on the mud pit first because this is one of the most fun challenges out here on the Top Truck Challenge map, and I think it's a great one to start with. So 3, 2, or not. Hold on. I don't know if these challenges actually work anymore. Let's see. Do they? 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know. If it gives me a time, we'll go with it. Oh, what the heck? Come on. Lockers on. Oh, this thing does not want to... There we go. I'm like, it doesn't really want to get after it. It doesn't. Jeez. Now it does. Low plus in this particular transmission, the 6-speed transmission, does work really, really well. You just got to make sure that you're actually in low plus and not low. We're getting close, but this mud gets extra deep down here towards the end. Really trying to work the steering. God, this thing's got its work cut out for it for sure, especially going up against that Bronco Raptor. Oh, the last part is insane. Let's go. Come on, almost there. Don't flip it. Oh my God. Okay, it didn't give us a time, unfortunately. But look how we were able to finish. Oh my God. And as you can see, the excavator is going to help us over right there. And now, we're going to move this thing over to the side and see what the Bronco Raptor is like. Now, since we can't compare the exact times because the timing system, for whatever reason, doesn't work anymore on this map, what we're going to do is we're going to compare the vehicles on how they essentially feel on each obstacle. And I know that that's a little bit more subjective, but ultimately it's up to y'all to decide in the comments down below which one you would rather have and which one you would rather drive and take home. Now, let's go ahead and make our way up to the line, and since the timing system doesn't really work, we're not going to run the timer for this one. In 3, 2, 1, go! I will run this thing in low plus because this one is diff lock always on as opposed to selectable. So in order to keep it fair, I will keep this one in low plus for the whole run. Now, it seems like it's got similar grip levels, although this feels like it is definitely a little bit more hooked up. Either this is a little bit more hooked up or low plus with this one is faster, or a combination of both. Go a little bit further. It is starting to bog a little bit now, but this one definitely has the advantage. Almost there. Oh, and we almost rolled it, but boom, we are across the line and pulling up right next to the Cruiser now. So I definitely think the Bronco Raptor did better in that mud pit, but again, it's all up to the type of performance you prefer out of your rig. Now, I don't know where that goes. I mean, we could try it, but that's not really the point of this particular run. Now, I think what we're gonna do is, tank trap challenge discovered. It'd be cool to go that way, but I think what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna go back to the garage with both of these, and then we will go to the left and try the obstacles over there. Now, the Bronco Raptor, when it's its turn, we'll just go back and get it. So I think the first one I want to do is this one right here, and then we'll head on to the, I believe it's the frame twister next. Oh no, this one's the frame twister, and then the other one is, I thought the other one was the tank trap. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, where did I get that damage to the box? All I did was recover. Where did I get that box damage? I'm not going to worry about repairing it because I'm going to get more damage as I go through these rocks anyway. But so far, this thing's actually doing really, really good. I just wish that the stance was a little bit wider. I wish the axles and wheels and tires were a little bit wider. That way I would be able to not quite beat up the body as much, but still it did really well. I'm going to work my way around the inside touching the cones a little bit. I'm trying not to do that, but at the same time, this mud is quite deep and quite sloshy, and if you've been stuck in it, you're in for a, oh God, you're in for a not so great time. Just trying to make my way out through. Oh my God. Stay off of those, please. Oh no. Don't do that thing where you go under the logs, please. Up and over. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, no, 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 no. And I think we're okay, and we're good. All right. We almost got bound up in the logs there at the end, but that's all right because we still made it. That thing actually did a really, really good job. But now it's the turn of the Bronco Raptor, and making our way over there in the Bronco Raptor, I definitely think that the wider stance of this thing is going to help it in some areas, but possibly hurt it in others, especially on that initial frame twister section, because the initial frame twister section is really, really narrow in parts, and I feel like that may ultimately hold this thing back. So let's see what we're working with. We got full-time lockers, and this thing's a little awkward through here just because it's so huge, both in width and length. I mean, it's just a big vehicle. No matter how you slice it, it's huge. And negotiating a set of obstacles that small is going to be a little bit more awkward for it than for the narrower Land Cruiser, for sure. Now, in the mud, this thing definitely, once again, proves that it has a little bit more grip in the mud. So it kind of just cruises right on through there. Not really surprised by that at all. Getting into the mud and rocks now, but nearing the logs. The logs are what kind of worry me because the logs are always going to be a bit sketch. You kind of want to go diagonally through this first part. And, oh, I fell right into the spot I didn't want to fall into. Dang it. Come on. Oh, this thing's actually having a little bit more trouble with the logs than the Land Cruiser was. The Land Cruiser actually did better, in my opinion, in that particular obstacle section. So, very, very interesting performance from both of these rigs. I'm going to go ahead and repair the Bronco, and then I'm going to switch over to the Land Cruiser again. We're going to repair it, we're going to fire it back up, and then we're going to go on to our next obstacle, which I am very excited for. I'm very excited for it for both of these rigs, honestly, because they're both... They both bring a lot of capability to the table, but they bring it in very different flavors. And that's one of the things I love about these rigs is that they are so different from each other, yet they both strive to achieve basically the exact same goal. You know what I mean? They both strive to be very capable off-road rigs that can both go in the mud, in the rocks, they can crawl, they can climb, they can do just about whatever you want. But again, they are very different approaches to the same idea. Now this, okay, it's the coal chute. That's what it is. I keep forgetting the names of these obstacles. All right, let's see what we got here. Right off the bat, that diesel torque is definitely helping us out, but I've got to say, ooh, easy. I've got to say, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that we might flip on this obstacle because it is not forgiving. It's not forgiving at all. To two things. One, it's not forgiving to approach angles, and two, it's not forgiving to top-heavy vehicles. And this thing is not the greatest with approach angle, and it's also a little bit top-heavy. So we definitely have a couple of different things to worry about at the same time. Was this line a good choice? I don't know. Come on, find something. Maybe. Oh my God. Oh. Come on. Easy. Whoa, easy. Come on, there it goes. We're doing better than I thought we were gonna do. I'm really impressed, actually. Thing's putting on a pretty good performance. Let's go. All right, we're starting to get into some stair-stepping obstacles, and it just wants to slide over to the side. Oh, but at the last minute, it pulls it back together. That is really surprising, but I am so impressed. All right. Try to get some momentum on this. I haven't had to reverse yet, which I'm kind of surprised by, to be brutally honest. All right, up and over it goes. Ooh, easy. Come on. Oh, not bad. God dang it. Okay. And here we go. Stay left. Woo, had to power out of that so I didn't roll it over. Oh my God, that is deep. That is proper deep. I'm already finding areas where I feel like the Bronco is going to have issues as well. I feel like both of these are going to have their own separate issues. I'm stuck on something right there. I'm not quite sure what. I think my bumper was hung up on one of the, like, support beams that, like, lines the edge of the course. Come on, get this thing rotated again. Get it back left. There you go. Walk it on up. What a beast. Come on. I'm stuck again on something unbeknownst to me. All right, back it up. I know what I'm stuck on now. I just didn't know what I was stuck on before that. Come on, and bring it down. Down, down, down. There we go. Trying to use these rocks to my advantage. Oh, we are stuck on the bumper. It is hung up bad. Maybe try to give it a little bit of a bump. Yeah, I ran over a couple of cones on that. So if we are counting cone penalties, I definitely took a few of them there. I don't know which is going to be the best way. I think the left line, actually, because that way I can hook my tire and then maybe walk it back over to the right. Maybe. Maybe don't. Maybe don't do that, like, ever again, because that didn't go well. Oh, come on. Might be able to stick with it here. I might. Ooh. Yep, I was onto something. And keep in mind, we still have not had to winch this thing. And this thing is definitely putting on quite the performance, I've got to say. Don't roll it. Down it goes. There we are. Oh, no. I was going to try and get it out of here and high. I wanted it to go full beans. Oh, there we go. Okay, auto mode made it. No big deal. All right. So this thing actually pulled itself together really, really well. And I think the Bronco Raptor has its work cut out for it. I really do. Even though the Bronco Raptor, I think, has a little bit more grip and it might do better in some sections because it is wider, I think there are going to be other sections where the width actually potentially hurts it. So we're definitely not going into this with like a guaranteed victory for the Bronco whatsoever. It's a very close fight between these two for sure. Bringing on up, had some weird game lag right there. I don't know where the heck that came from. All right, well, I had some weird game lag again. That's strange. Normally this map doesn't do that at all. All right, let's get you turned around, backed up, get you lined up. And now we're gonna put you in low plus, and we're gonna kick this run off. Oh, yeah, this thing definitely feels bigger. This is actually a monster compared to how, how big the other one was. Okay, I'm convinced that this thing is a lot bigger than the Land Cruiser than I originally thought it was. Up and over it goes. Come on. Trying to find where that grip is. Dude, I am so impressed with the grip of this thing. It is definitely floating through some of this stuff, but other stuff, it's getting caught. It's getting hung up. But, God, that extra wide track width, though, is definitely, definitely coming in clutch in a lot of these areas, especially in terms of balance. Just like, and when I say balance, I mean, like, actually keeping this thing on its wheels as opposed to flipping over. Ooh, easy. Come on. Work your way around the concrete block. Luckily, it got caught on my tire, not on my bumper. There you go. It also seems like the approach angle of this thing is a little bit better than the approach angle of the Land Cruiser, but the Land Cruiser has that, like, big bumper that kind of sticks out almost like a chin, so that kind of makes sense as to why the Land Cruiser might have a couple of approach angle issues. Here we go. Okay, this part's tough because it's gonna really, like, depend on your wheelbase here. Ooh, easy. You gotta be careful, though, because if you back up at the wrong place, you're gonna get really twisted up. There you go. Walk your way through. And bring it on in. Gotta keep the momentum up in this section, otherwise it will mess you up. Let's see if I can get this thing into high. Yes! Whoa! I may or may not have gotten caught up on that pipe, but that's fine. And across the line. So this definitely felt like it went through it faster. I don't have an official time, so I can't say for sure, but it definitely felt like it. At the end of the day, they are both a blast to drive, and I really think it comes down to which one you personally prefer. But if y'all enjoyed this video and enjoyed this comparison test, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all next time.